Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Up Supercast Game Club. My name is Brandon, and I am your host. And joining me today, I have Ilse.
This is 200% me. It'd be a crime not to get this.
And I got Noah.
This has been a very fashionable week.
Indeed, it has been a very fashionable couple weeks here because we played Style Savvy Fashion Forward for the Nintendo 3DS for this episode of the Game Club. And this was a Patreon pick. So thank you, our Patreon supporters. And thank you, Kevin. You're the one who won the raffle, and you got to pick this game for us to play. So
by some dark magic, he made us play this game.
Dark magic, yeah.
He's definitely been looking forward to us picking this.
Yeah, he really wanted us to play this game, and lucky bastard, he won 2 times in a row. So yeah, I don't know. I swear he's not slipping us any extra
collusion
money.
Collusion.
But this game here, Style Savvy Fashion Forward. If you don't know about it, it was developed by Sin Sophia. I'll get back to them in a second here. But it was published by Nintendo. So a Nintendo published game, first party. I was aware of this game. I think decent amount of people are. But, it's a surprising. It's a Nintendo franchise that not a lot of people talk about all the time, But it's had quite a few releases. This is technically the 3rd game in the series. And there's 4 games out now. There's even some light rumors that maybe there'll be a Nintendo Switch release. So maybe this episode will be very topical some point soon. Who knows?
We need a Style Savvy character in Smash. That's how we'll get everyone to know.
Exactly. Put in what character do you think would be the best Style Savvy character for Smash? I
don't even know.
There's quite a few characters in this game.
What's her name? Is it Sophia? Is it
probably Sophie.
Yeah. Sophie, yeah. She's like kind of your main best friend in the game. Because the main character is like
create a character.
Yeah, you create a character basically. I guess you could kind of like Fire Emblem them. Like there's a character on the front cover. Maybe that's like the default version of what she would look like. So maybe they just, I don't know if there's a default name or anything. I don't think there is. So I don't know how they would approach that. But anyway, we're getting off topic. Style Savvy for Smash. But Sin Sophia, the developers of this game. Now, when I first was reading about it, I was like, I don't even know who Sin Sophia is. This is the first time I ever heard of this company. And then my mind got absolutely fucking blown because I looked at their Wikipedia page. Sin Sophia, formerly known as AKI Corporation. And I was like, no way. So if you haven't heard of AKI Corporation, they used to develop a lot of wrestling games, and including what is widely known as the best wrestling game of all time, WWF No Mercy on the Nintendo 64. Like, I was like, no way. These guys made this? Like, that's wild.
Is it really considered that high? Like, one of the best of all time?
WWF No Mercy? Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody, it's still got like a modding community to this day, and using the same engine that people are making with like updated rosters and stuff.
Surprising.
People just,
because I played that game and I did like it a lot for the time, so I didn't know it was like universally beloved.
It's because it's got such a solid gameplay mechanics around it of how to play, and it's very easy to learn but hard to master, and it just makes so much sense. And it's been people have been trying to replicate it for years. So that was like the last like wrestling game they made, kinda. Because then they also went on to make Def Jam Vendetta and Def Jam Fight for New York, and also games that people just absolutely love. Including me. I love those games. Those games are awesome. And I was like, holy shit. They used to make these like brawling fighting games with like really good mechanics and controls, and it's like, damn, that's crazy. Now, all of a sudden, you look at their games that they're making now, it's like they making Style Savvy and Prepara, which is like a idle game, like a rhythm idle game, and they really they really decided to change their image, you know, and go for something different here. Yeah, good for them if that's what they're really into. I would like if they made another wrestling game because man, they really knew
crossover.
How to make it. Might be
a wrestling game with the Style Savvy characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Style Savvy or a Style Savvy game where you just make wrestling outfits for wrestlers.
That could work.
So that
a wrestling fashion show.
Yeah, you get to make their outfits and like get to watch them like go out and like their entrances and stuff. That'd be awesome.
You know, because I remember the creative character in No Mercy being really good, so it makes a lot of sense for like having the same like customizable options for Style Savvy games.
Yeah.
They're just good at creative character stuff in general, or like customization options in general.
Yeah. You think? I think so. So Style Savvy Fashion Forward, like I mentioned, it's the third game in this series, and it's a series that's you look at it and it's really just it's marketed and aimed towards girls, right? Like young girls, I would say, for the most part, because it's all about fashion. You play as these female lead characters. You own a boutique, and it's all about fashion and design and makeup and hair and a lot of things, that would, be marketed towards young girls. And, I've never actually looked up sales. I don't know how well this game does. It must be doing pretty good though, because I mean, it sold, we got up to 4 games here. They wouldn't have keep making them if they weren't selling. So, and it pretty much well received by critics. When you look at the reviews for these games. So, they must be doing a good job. And being a 31-year-old man playing this game obviously is a little different here.
Yeah.
Obviously, this game's not marketed or made with me in mind. But it's also cool to go into a game like this and just have an open mind and be like, okay, I know this game isn't really a game that I would normally ever play. But also, it's cool to just be like, all right, I'm gonna go into it, open mind, see how well this game is, and just review it like that, and is it good for the audience that it's aimed towards? And I gotta say,
they did a decent job at it. Yeah, like just exactly as you mentioned, I was like completely disinterested in this game, but it works. It's pretty well done, surprisingly enough.
You know what? The Jump Up Supercast Game Club is here to tell you it's okay to explore your feminine side sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, because you find yourself kind of getting into this game too. When at least I did. In a little bit, just getting into designing outfits for people.
The buying outfits and like trying to like get the right outfits for the people was like actually kind of fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you play as kind of a create a character OC that you get to name and make look the way you want. And the story here's how this goes. This is just a weird story a little bit, because you have this dollhouse and a person comes out of it, and her name is Sophie, and she invites you into the dollhouse. She says, "Oh, there's a world of fashion in here," and you shrink, and then you go into the dollhouse, and there's an entire city in there, like an entire world, and yeah, I mean, it just kind of throws you into that.
And apparently, your grandmother went in there too, so there's like a history behind it.
Yeah, your grandmother and Sophie's grandmother were like best friends, and Sophie
skipped a generation, and then they went to you.
Yeah.
It's so unnecessary. Like, if you just cut all of that from the game, it'd be fine. You know what I mean? You wouldn't lose anything.
Yeah.
Like, why can't this story exist in the real world? What exactly is so magical that you can't have happen?
Right. Yeah. It's a weird choice to be like, oh, we're going inside a dollhouse world and like your
I
grandma.
just want to make it magical.
But there's nothing magical in the world itself. That it needs to be in like a separate realm. You know what I mean?
Besides another dollhouse within the dollhouse.
Yeah, but I mean, you could decorate like a room in the real world, right?
Yeah. All that seemed like unnecessarily weird. I don't know. And that was a part of the game, like the whole dollhouse thing, that I just
hated.
Yeah, I hate it. I didn't want anything to do with it. So there's a part where there's a dollhouse within the dollhouse, and that dollhouse you like put little like figures in, and it makes it into a real room that you can like go in. But it was just so weird. And then, but as soon as they kind of shoehorned it in where like you have to do it, but as soon as I was done doing it, I never went back.
Yeah, you have to do it one time, but you can like expand it more. It's called the Caprice Chalet or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But
it's actually a real place that actually changes once you place figures in it.
yeah, it's just like it's not fun. It doesn't relate to anything in the story. Like it's pointless, really.
It's really pointless. And they're like, "Oh, you can make like your own shop." I'm like, "Why? What's the point?"
You actually don't use it at all.
Yeah, I like the idea of it, and you can also like customize your own like boutique, which makes a lot more sense. Yeah. But I wish like you can customize things that actually mattered, like the fashion show arena. Like if you could customize where things look there, you know what I mean. That would have made way more sense than having like this random ass dollhouse that some people come and rent from you sometimes.
Yeah, they rent out rooms. But it's not a hotel, but people like rent rooms in there. It's a part of the game that I just didn't care for. But also, I guess maybe some people could get into that, but. It was better games.
It was really for the Street Pass. That was all it was for.
Yeah, you get rooms through Street Pass and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's better games for that if you want. Like, there's Animal Crossing, or even if you're just into the house design part, there's literally an Animal Crossing game called Happy Home Designer. Where you get to do that, and it's all much better and fleshed out. The Sims, yeah.
I mean, and they've made Sims games, so they know how to do this, right? They made Sims DS games. I don't know if those games are good, but presumably they know how to do room creation.
Yeah,
better than this.
It was a very random part of the game, and it's not like bad or anything. It's just a part that I just didn't care about at all and never actually used after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the main thing here is that you own a boutique, and a fashion boutique, and it was once owned by your grandmother, and now it's been passed on to you. And the city has seemingly, since your grandma gave it up, has just not cared about fashion. And it used to be like one of the most fashion, capitals of the world, supposedly. I don't know, this dollhouse world, I guess. But you want to try to bring that back to the city now. And you're going to do that because you have this gift of just looking at people and knowing exactly what outfit to pick for them, or what piece of clothing to pick, and just to brighten their day and to bring fashion back into their lives. Because every time you pick something out for somebody, they say you're special. You have the gift. You can just look at somebody and say, you need an animal print hat. Although it's weird because most of these people just come into your store and tell you exactly what they want.
Yeah, I mean, they tell you like what kind of style they want. Like, I want to be bold, or I want to be girly or feminine or chic, something like that.
Gothic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
I got nobody coming into my store wanting gothic.
Yeah, me neither.
They ran the rock punk, like, kind of, but yeah.
It was a style you could search up, but nobody ever wanted to be gothic. A lot of people wanted to be bold.
And I bought so many clothes for that, too.
Well, a lot of them were also bold. Like, a lot of the clothing fall under, like, 2 different categories, I realized. So
yeah, like, one of the best parts of this game, I think, is the community interaction. Like, you go around the town. You don't stay just in your boutique. You go around the town, and you see, like, your customers or other people that you can, will become your customers. Like, like, I heard about your shop, and then they come to your boutique and they buy stuff. But like it's just fun to have them constantly around. You know, it kind of builds like a sense of community, a sense of interactiveness, and then they like introduce you to like new game mechanics, new locations that you haven't been to yet because you're a stranger, you're a newbie in the town.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, they come back, and when they come back, they even like, oh, like I loved what you bought me last time, so here I am again. You know, I like that you do build that up with your customers. And
yeah, and the game actually like sort of keeps track of what you've bought them before.
Yes.
Like sometimes they'll be wearing it, but go ahead.
No, I was about to say, like, I tried this, like, somebody came in asking for, like, black earrings, and then the second time they came in, they asked for the exact same thing, so I tried to sell them the exact same thing. I was like, oh, I already have these. Wait,
yeah,
get these
that happened to me once,
like,
too. They're like, wow, yeah, I got this last time. I don't want it again. And I was like, ooh,
yeah,
whoops.
But, yeah, like, going on what you were about to say, it was, like, sometimes, like, when they buy the outfits, like, very rarely they'll actually wear them in the cutscene where they're, like, leaving the shop.
Well,
like,
it gets
like,
more like in the beginning they don't, but like later on they always do. Like they're constantly wearing the outfit.
If you tell them to try it on, if you pick that option, they like almost always wear the outfit.
Yeah, like you get a separate option later on where it's like, oh, they absolutely have to wear it.
Yeah,
at that point.
Yeah, and you get a little extra cutscene of like, these cutscenes are like they're kind of neat. I like them. They kind of go with whatever style they're wearing.
Yeah.
You know, if they're wearing like girly, there's like pianos and stuff around them, and they do a little twirl. And if they're like sporty, they like do like a peace sign, do a jump up in the air. And if you have the 3D on, those scenes are like fucking cool as hell. Like they pop right out at you.
I forgot that the 3DS.
Yes, it's a 3DS game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they do wear the outfits after that. And once you start doing that, they wear them out of the store too.
I did notice that they were wearing it, but it was like definitely less happening a lot less in the beginning.
Yeah. It's a neat thing. It's like they don't really trust you initially, but like it's sort of like you gain their trust. And
I guess if you look at it that way,
yeah. Towards the end of the game, everybody's just like, "Oh, you're the best." You know, you're really like. People like look up to you. You almost become like a celebrity by the end of the game in the city.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. And I meant to ask you guys who what was your name? Who did you name your character? I'm gonna guess Ills. I'm gonna guess. Were you Lynn?
Good guess.
I knew it was Lynn.
Yeah.
I just named it Ills. Sorry.
Oh, it was Ills? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna name your girl Lynn. I really did.
Sorry.
I'm surprised. I named mine Robin. Not Robin from Fire Emblem. I was thinking Robin more from One Piece, but you know, either one works.
Wow, Lucina's crying right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lucina.
I just named her Violet. It was just a random girl name.
Wow.
There you go.
I'm lame like that.
Yeah, I was like, I almost went with Lucina. I was gonna try to make Lucina like with blue hair and everything, but I was like, I'm just gonna name her Robin.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool to be like at the end, just being like a local celebrity, and like you're like on billboards and stuff. You take like you do a modeling gig, and you're on like the billboards in the city, and it's really neat. Like so when you're walking around, you get to see it like. It's cool. It'll say like billboards around the city have changed.
Yeah, that also happens when you do the fashion shows.
Yeah, they put pictures of you up.
Because like the main goal of the game is to do these 3 fashion shows in order to, you know, quote unquote beat the game. The game continues on forever, but in order to get to the credits, you have to do 3 fashion shows, and every time you do these fashion shows, you essentially like influence the whole town basically. Like. Your billboards get put up, and then everybody wants to come to your store to get the kinds of items that you were putting on display on the fashion show.
Yeah,
which is pretty neat.
It is neat. I do like it a lot. And one thing I'll say too is just there's a lot of customization in this game.
A lot.
There's so much. Like I didn't even unlock everything by the end of the game. When you finish it. There's just because it keeps going. Like there's like styles and like stores that like keep unlocking, and when you go to the store, there's different stuff in there. There's thousands and thousands of items in this game.
Yeah. And that's like my favorite part of the game is that there's so much like clothing pieces to get. There are so many like hairstyles to unlock. Yep. You can unlock new colors for makeup.
Even when you first unlock like the stores, like it's really overwhelming. Like how many items you can get. Like I spent like the first $2,000 that you have in the beginning of the game when you unlock that part like instantly. Like I had so much stock, and I didn't even get half the stuff that was being displayed.
Yeah. I like getting all the new clothing stuff if I can. You know, you have to manage your finances because you only have a certain amount of money.
Yeah, and you can only you have to buy like multiple versions of like the clothing because like if you only buy one, then you only can sell it once, and then you have to stock up the same item.
Yeah, I mean there are times where somebody asked for something and I didn't have it and I had to like turn them away.
Yeah, that was one of my complaints. Even though I love all the the amount of stuff that you get. Being able to restock your store is not fun. Like, I wanted like an option to be able to buy stuff that I had already bought.
Yeah,
like, I didn't want to have to go back to do it.
Yeah, because sometimes you go back to the store and things that you had aren't there anymore because I think it's random every time you go in.
I'm not sure. I think the like the catalog of stuff that you get at the beginning is sort of like a curated amount from different stores that are not necessarily available yet. So that's why you're not able to buy everything you had initially. Yeah. I think that's how it is.
I do wish it was also faster to like bulk purchase stuff.
Yes.
It's a little slow. And then once you put stuff in your cart, then you have to like go up and like scroll up and start like adding like upping the number of things that are in your cart if you want multiple of them. And it's a little like it could just be faster, it could be more intuitive of like bulk purchasing things, but it's not.
Or even if you just don't even want new things. Like I was just thinking like, oh, if everybody just wants bold stuff, then why do I have to go back to the store and go back to the same store, you know what I mean? And buy all the same stuff. I wish I could just like reorder everything.
Yeah. Do like everything I just bought, can you just reorder it for me? Yeah. Yeah. That'd be nice. But yeah, I do like that you have to like go and like purchase stuff, and it's weird though because it's like you purchase stuff from like a mall seemingly, right? But like it's obviously way cheaper like because you're buying it for your store. So you buy something for like $2, but you sell it for like 10 or whatever, but it's like, why am I purchasing this at a mall? Wouldn't this be something I order through like a company?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, if it was the real world, sure.
Yeah. Why would anybody come to my store and pay $10 for something they can go to the mall and get for $2? You know what I mean?
Well, it's not called a mall. It's called an exhibition hall, if that helps.
Exhibition hall, yeah. I guess maybe it's supposed to be a place where businesses
only shop owners can actually shop
there. Yeah.
Yeah, like an outlet store or something like that.
Yeah. Just to like buy stuff for their store, I guess. At the end of the game, you unlock this one where everything is so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit. I was just adding stuff to my cart, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm spending $5,000 at the store. I've only added like 6 things to my cart. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. But it's pretty neat because there's one specific character that you have to buy from that store. Yeah. And they have like super expensive tastes, so.
But I'll tell you, you make all that money back when you sell her a fucking outfit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like you double your money when you sell her an outfit because I just like dressed her in like everything. I'm like, I'm gonna buy her a hat. I'm gonna buy her sunglasses. I'm gonna buy her a bag,
necklace. Yeah,
she's gonna be wearing socks and shoes. She's gonna be wearing leg warmers. She's gonna be wearing everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, and she's kind of like the ultimate villain of the game. This
quote unquote villain, but yeah,
kind of near the end of the game because when you're doing the fashion shows, this gentleman named Ricky, one of the only men in the game. There's not a lot of them walking around this city, but he like runs the fashion shows, and his older sister, I guess, is like his boss. Like she owns the company that owns like the fashion show, the hall and everything, and it's kind of like it's not necessarily a fashion like a hall for fashion shows. It's just like a event venue, you know. But he's been using it to host these fashion shows, and she finds out and she gets really mad and starts saying like, you know, nobody cares about fashion. You know, I'll shut this whole place down. You need to stop immediately. But he's like, no, like he's trying to tell her like, listen, you know, we're bringing so much attention to fashion in the city, and it's really helping the entire city grow and just become better and bring everybody's spirits up. And she's like, nope, shut it down. And he's like, well, listen, like we need to prove it to her. And like you do that by like buying her an outfit. You look at her clothes and say, well, you know, I can see she's into really expensive stuff. What if I make her an outfit? Maybe I'll be able to change her mind on this.
That's how you solve all conflict. Just dress them up.
Yeah, you know, so if somebody's mad or somebody's upset, you know, you just need a new outfit to change their spirits.
Yep.
That's what I've learned from Style Savvy.
Sure.
I do.
Try it out.
And on top of that, yeah. Next time somebody's being mean to you, just buy them a new outfit. Maybe they'll change their ways. One thing I like too, on top of that, is like, you know, when customers come into your store, that a lot of them have like stories to tell of like why they need a new outfit. Like, oh, I was on a date last night and I spilled some spaghetti sauce on my pants. Can I have a red pair of pants so next time I do that, you know, you can't tell? And I think that's fun. I like all the little stories that people tell you when they come in the shop.
Yeah, I mean,
even though they have like the same, like a lot of them have the similar response to when they actually buy the clothing, like the actual reason why they want the clothing is cool. It's very different from each other.
Yeah. There's a lot of variation there.
Yeah, one thing, you know, and like you said, I mean, they have a lot of the same reactions when they get their clothing, and that's like one thing that kind of bothered me a little bit. And for like the most part, the normal people walking in, I was fine with it. It didn't really bother me. But when it was like story related characters like Sophie or Callie coming in the store, and they would have the exact same like NPC like reaction to me giving them an outfit, I was kind of like, oh, come on, you know. I was hoping they would have some sort of unique dialogue to it instead of being like, this outfit's 200% me. It's like, yeah, well, you and the next 20 people that came in, so the same thing. So
yeah, and there were also like, when you meet people on the street, you hear a lot of the same stories. Like if you meet someone in like the station area, they're like, oh, a lot of people go to work here and they all look nice, and I want to be like them one day, but not yet. And that's what I hear like 30,000 times.
Yeah, from different people, but all in the same spot. Yeah. Could use a little more dialogue, but the dialogue that is in the game is good. I think it's well written.
Yeah. Like, they also have like mini bios of every like character. Like, oh, this person is very sporty, but likes to refuel with cheeseburgers or something like that.
I remember that person. Yeah. Or what's their job, and like just little things. I did like that. I appreciated that. There were so many people.
Yeah, I liked it a lot, and like it keeps track of it on your phone. Like you keep like an address book of everybody. You know, like sort of like their details. But I kind of wish that was integrated a little bit more into the gameplay. Like they kind of hint at it sometimes where a character comes into the shop but doesn't tell you what they want. Like they just like figure it out. Right. But you can't pull up your phone to check the bio, like to know what they're like. Yeah. So it's not exactly intuitive. Like I wish those two things came together a little bit more seamlessly.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. It was a point where I was meeting so many new people, I just gave up on like constantly checking because there was so many people. Like
it's a lot. There are a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's why I wish you could check your phone, like,
exactly,
more readily. It was more weaved into the gameplay.
One other minor kind of complaint I had was, I wish that the characters in the game, I wish there was some more, just different proportions, different body types. Yeah. In the game, it's not a huge thing, but every character basically has the same exact character model. Yep. And they're really skinny girls, and I just kind of wish there was a little bit more representation of different body types in the game. You know, I think that would be cool, and also it would make people, maybe bigger. That would just feel feel more welcome playing the game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But then they would have to introduce like clothing sizes. I feel and that would like.
Well, not
complicate
necessarily.
Not
It would
necessarily.
just be instantly tailored to the person that it sets
Yeah.
on. You
things.
know what I
Oh,
mean?
Yeah.
true.
You could just have the game tailored to that person, which would be cool. Like, you can
Yeah.
have something like, oh, we have a tailor, we can make any style fit you or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would like
I
to
guess
see
that
some
would
more of
work.
that.
Yeah.
I just think I think it would be good. Be a good thing to
Mhm.
have. And it also kind of makes everybody feel a little samey because everybody has the exact same character model. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But
Pretty
they
much,
they
yeah.
do a decent job of making different different styles. People all have different hair and makeup and skin tones and stuff.
Mhm.
So they do a good job with that, at least making them all look different. But
Yeah.
still, something I would like to see. Maybe they'll put it in future games.
Yeah, well, this is not even the most recent game.
No, it's not.
Styling Star, I think, came after this.
Yeah, Styling Star is the most recent one. I think 2017.
Yeah, so maybe it was in that. Who knows?
Maybe it was. Yeah, I don't know. And you do unlock men's fashion after you beat the game.
Yeah.
I didn't really do that because once I beat the game,
Well,
I
it's
was
just
done
for
with
Ricky.
it. For Ricky.
The only
Ricky,
guy
there's
who can-
the guy at the cafe.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Callum.
And then
There
there's
also-
the makeup guy's girlfriend. Not girl. The
brother.
makeup guy. Yeah, the girl's brother. He's cool. I like that guy too.
Yeah.
He's like
I
terrified
mean, I was
of his
wondering,
sister.
like, can you make a guy character after you beat the game? Probably not, but, like, that'd be interesting.
That would be cool. Because then us 30-year-old men would be able to play the game and be like self-insert, you know what I mean? But, it's fine either way. I had no problem being the fashion star of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, then there was like different places you could visit. You had there wasn't just the boutique because there was a whole city, and there was a makeup store, a hairstyle place. You had the cafe. So some of the places were just you would visit. You could kind of like go on like hangouts with some of the other characters there. They would invite you like, hey, let's go to the park, and you just go to the park. You get a little cutscene where they hang out and take a picture together.
Yeah.
But some of the other places like the hair place, you can change your own hair and to different colors or styles, which was fun. But you could go in there and like be a hairstylist and like do it for other people and kind of work there and earn some money. Which was kind of neat, but you could just do that for fun. People would say, well, look, I want this kind of style. I want my bangs to look like this, and I would like this color. And you just give them that kind of hairstyle. So it was kind of cool. And same thing with the makeup place was basically the same idea where you just can go in there and do people's makeup and they'll tell you what they want.
Yeah, you essentially get a job at both the hair salon and the beautician shop.
Yeah,
And
which
like-
you don't necessarily. It's a weird come and go as you want. If you feel like working,
Yeah.
come in. If you don't, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a welcome addition, though.
Yeah,
It is.
I did really like doing the hairstyles. Like,
Yeah.
I like the way they all look, and especially I like the coloring on the hair. Like, it really pops.
Mm-hmm.
It looks great.
I like you put highlights in the hair too, which was
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, it was fun to make different like styles. And one I really liked the end with the third fashion show because you get all these different models, like all the different characters in the city become models in your fashion show.
Mhm.
And man, I just really liked that part because not only did you get to choose their entire outfit for the fashion show, but they would say like, oh, like, can you do my hair and makeup? And you can just completely change their style to match with their outfits and stuff. And it's really cool.
Yeah.
It was just that was fun. And what other places can you visit? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. You
Well, you
go
can
to
go like sort of out of town to like these mini hubs. Or, like,
yeah,
you can go like to a restaurant, or you can go to like a different part of the city where there's like a fountain.
yeah.
They're pretty shallow, but
Yeah, you just go there and visit. There's a theme park too where you
yeah, a theme
you
park,
go to
a beach. Yeah.
a beach. Yeah. You can just kind of meet characters, or sometimes they'll invite you to go there.
Yeah.
There's also a modeling agency there where you can do photo shoots.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things you do is you do a photo shoot for the new theme park where you take pictures there and make advertisements, which is cool. I like that. That was fun.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just a lot. There's a lot of small things. There's just a lot of customization and fun things to do, I think, in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think they largely all tie together really well, and they're all pretty fun. They're like neat ways to make money if you don't have any clothing to sell, or there's all these different ways to like progress and
Yeah.
make the town the way you want it to be.
I'd say the only dud is the Capri
stupid
Chalet
house,
or whatever
yeah.
it is.
Apartment,
With the
yeah.
house.
The dollhouse.
Because you can make money by renting rooms, but man, it's just it's really boring to do.
It sucks.
And there's just not enough like items, and like I just didn't care about trying to get them, or I don't know. It was
And the
dumb.
perspective sucks. Like trying to design the room from this one like perspective is
Yeah.
garbage.
I put down a table and I tried to put a cake on the table, but I couldn't figure it out, so I just put the cake on the ground and said, "Fuck this."
There's a way, but it's like weird. You have to like
Yeah,
put the
it's
cable
dumb.
and then like choose the. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I was like, all right, I got.
it's not exactly not accessible. I guess
not like
accessible.
Animal Crossing. So
Yeah,
easy. Yeah, Animal Crossing got it down. It's very easy to decorate your rooms.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's really it. That's style savvy. I can't. I feel like I went over everything here that
Yeah, it's pretty much.
I want to talk about. What about you, Ills?
I do like that they have like a glossary like function.
Yeah,
Like for little kids, like to learn like the names of things. I guess it helps out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I thought that was something to appreciate. I did think it was a little bit shallow, but I mean it's probably just like for very small kids.
yeah. Because I mean, a lot of things I knew, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like after playing this game, maybe I got a little bit of more of appreciation for just fashion in general. Because I mean, I just I just kind of wear whatever. You know what I mean? Like I wear shirts and pants. That's all I care about. As long as I have
Yeah.
shirt and pants on.
Yeah. I mean, I would never spend like more than $100 on a piece of clothing, probably.
Yeah.
But
no,
I
definitely
mean,
not.
I can understand like appreciating the beauty of clothing, but
Yeah.
not being able to partake in it like in the real world. So
Mhm.
that's nice.
See, I
Yeah,
would
just-
say that. I would agree with you, but being a cosplayer, sometimes you have to.
Oh, I mean that's true. That's true. Doing cosplay is sometimes you spend much more than $100 on one outfit.
What if they had I mean, they kind of relate. They kind of like
They mentioned it.
they mentioned cosplay in this game. What if
Yeah.
they had like a game that was all just making cosplay?
That
That'd be
would be
amazing.
awesome. That would be really cool. Like a spin-off of Style Savvy, like Style Savvy
like-
anime conventions.
Or Style Savvy, but you have to like you get to use all the Smash Bros characters.
Yeah, well, funny enough, actually, that you mention it. I mean, you kind of get a little bit of that in here with the amiibo functionality, because this game does have that, and you can use certain amiibos and those characters. Not necessarily those characters; it'll just be some NPC that's wearing a clothing item related to the character you scan in. And you get to make them like you do their request, and then they give you the piece of clothing, the special amiibo piece that they're wearing. And
That's pretty
there's some neat ones. There's like Mario gives you a Mario hat. Like Zero Suit Samus gives you like her heels.
Right.
Wii Fit Trainer
Aren't there,
gives you.
Aren't those like blast heels? Like they have rockets on them?
Yeah.
yeah.
Doesn't seem
I don't remember what
safe.
they're called. They're called like Bounty Hunter heels or something. And then Wii Fit Trainer gives you like little earrings with like doing like a yoga pose on them. Inkling gives you like pink leggings that have like ink spots all over them. Isabelle gives you like her little like green vest. It's really cool.
That is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really neat to get all these different like Nintendo themed items.
Yeah. Now imagine if that was a whole game.
Yeah, I mean that'd be awesome. I mean, that'd be cool. I mean, there is a character that comes in and says like, "Oh, me and my friend's doing cosplay with me for the first time, and like I need a blue skirt." Every time it was a blue skirt.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, but I thought that was cool, and it's in the glossary as well, like a word like cosplay. I wish they did more of that. That'd be because I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Man,
And
the Kirby purse is really good.
Are you looking them up right now?
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now. The
There's
Kirby
a lot
purse
of
is
cool
great.
Yeah.
That's so good.
I think you can get like a mustache even too, which is funny to wear, like a little Mario mustache.
Dang, I even have the Kirby amiibo. I should have used it.
You could have got the Kirby purse.
So lazy.
Yeah, it's cool. I like the amiibo functionality in this game. So yeah, I mean, I will say I appreciate fashion more. So thank you, Style Savvy, for that. Also, I went for a goth look most of the time. I try to make my girl look kind of like lots of blacks and purples, and I don't know. I just thought she looked really cool. I really liked a lot of the times the way my character looked.
Yeah,
I gave her like this like light purple, like kind of like purple grayish hair with like dark purple highlights in it, and it just looked really cool. And her makeup, I was killing it. There'd be times where I'd be buying stuff, and I'm like, ooh, that's cute. You know, like I can't believe I'm saying this, but here I am. I'm like, this is good. I'm like, this will match with this, you know, and it brings that out of you. I think they do a good job of that.
For sure. I mean, I really enjoyed customizing my character a whole lot. Like,
even like making outfits for other people. My favorite one was when they would just ask me to make a whole outfit for them.
Yeah. And that happens more and more as the game goes on. Yes.
Yeah. Especially after the fashion shows, they would be really into it. Like, I want the whole outfit, you know, give me a bold outfit, or, you know, give me a lively outfit or whatever, you know, and that was fun to do, to just try to like find things that mixed and matched together, and like, oh, this is going to look really good, you know, and like sometimes you see like what the people are wearing and like, oh, you know, I think they would look good with this because they're already kind of wearing this. I can see what they would like. And yeah, it's cool. I think they do a good job of that.
Yeah. I kind of wish there was like some kind of way to like quantify how much the town loved you, like maybe like a status bar, or like how successful you were in like making an outfit that they love. But I mean, that's a different kind of game, probably.
Yeah, kind of like a.
Yeah, they're very forgiving, even if you don't like give them something they were looking for. They were like, I don't know. Can you
sometimes
try again?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they'll just buy it. They'll be like,
I convinced them, like, there's something I did not, like, I think they were asking for, like, an animal pattern or something, and I did not have any left because I had sold them out already. I was just like, hit this one. And they were like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's funny. Maybe, you know what, maybe I will buy it. Like, this wasn't what I was looking for, but I'll buy it anyway. Or sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll forget to look at how much money the person has on them to spend. And, like, all of a sudden they're like, well, I don't really have enough money for this, but I'll buy it. You know, I'm like, oh, whoops.
It's very irresponsible.
Yeah, right? So you want to get into recommendations?
Yep.
All right. So let's start with Ills, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I generally enjoyed the fashion part of the game. Like we said, there were some kind of rough edges that weren't like the most intuitive, and some of the gameplay was a little bit shallow, but like it's mostly for kids. And I enjoyed my experience.
All right, Noah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the demographic is obvious. It's obvious enough for us, but it was really well made for them. Even if you just like simply into fashion, like I think you will enjoy this quite a bit. And yeah, even though I wasn't into it, I still was having fun. So that goes to show that they did a really good job on like balancing things out and making it enjoyable.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would say yes too. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to suggest this game to everybody, but it's if there's any if I have any inkling at all that this I think this person might like this kind of game, definitely would. I mean, because it's got that Nintendo polish, right? Because you see a game like this, you could have like an easy cash grab, you know, of a game, and just have it like shitty with lazy visuals and lazy art and music and everything, and not a lot of options in terms of gameplay. But no, they give this, there's a lot of effort in everything put into this game, and
you can see it in animations too. That was really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like this is a polished, well thought out, and good developed game. So this wouldn't be like a game that you'd be like that you would think would be as good as it is, because a lot of games you think people, because there was a lot of crap games at the time, right? Like you're trying to aim towards like a female demographic because like the DS and 3DS did so good. You had like Imagine Party Babies and shit like that, and it was just like really crappy games. And like this game here is just it just it's like finally, like here we are, we're making an actual like a game for a different demographic, but it's good. They've put the effort in, unlike these other game companies who are just trying to get a cash grab. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and you touched on the music. The music is actually really good in this game.
Yeah. I mean, it's surprising.
Fits in right well.
The first music, I like that you get to change the music in your shop, but the default one was like dubstep. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Just threw me off. But yeah, I like the music in this game a lot.
I think it's the music when you're preparing for the photo shoots, but those songs were like really good. Like I was like, oh shit, why is this so good?
Yeah, no, I agree. So now it's time to take Style Savvy Fashion Forward and put it on the list.
The list.
The list.
You can follow along with us on the list in the link in the pastebin link in the description below, if I can fucking say it. So you click that link and it will show the entirety of the list. And every week on the Up Supercast Game Club, we take what game we played and we put it on the list. And it's an ongoing list going from best to worst. And so we add every game we play. We also add a game every week on our normal episodes as well. Right now we're up to 212 games on the list.
A lot of games.
Yeah, a lot of games. There's a lot of video games out there. And so, Ills, I guess I'll start with you because we started with you last time.
Start with Noah.
All right, we'll start. Yeah, okay. We'll start with Noah. So, yeah, usually I start with who picked the game, but this is Patreon pick, so we're going to shuffle it up. Noah, looking at the list, where would you start? Where would you start here?
I was looking originally like around the 180s, but I think it should go a little bit higher because like we kept going on and on, is like there really is good polish to this game, and it's might not be for us, but it's a pretty dang good game. I don't know. Should we go up to 160s?
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah, I think that's a decent area. Maybe between Lego, Star Wars, and Zombies Ate My Neighbors?
Pretty good spot. I mean, because
I think that's respectable. I was also looking at Nintendo Land, like a little bit above it, but
where is it?
like in that area, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah,
I can't see it. I'm blind.
I wouldn't go above Bulletstorm for sure.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean,
Nintendo Land's 155.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
I think Nintendo Land is a little bit better.
Yeah.
So below Nintendo Land?
What do you think about Asura's Wrath in this game? What a weird thing.
Comparison.
Asura's Wrath and
Diametrically
Style
opposite,
Savvy.
probably.
Yeah, because I don't know. I mean,
well, so with Azura's Wrath, it has like an amazing like narrative, story, and characters and all that stuff, but gameplay wise,
What gameplay?
yeah, exactly. It's more of a like carry the player through just to explain the story kind of gameplay, not actually like, oh, I want to be able to pull off these combos or do this stuff. Whereas like Style Savvy is like you actually get to like micromanage your store, trying to figure out what clothes to get people and managing the shop, like the fashion shows and like doing the different jobs with the salon and the makeup. Yeah, it's like a lot more variety and like more thought out than fucking Azura's Wrath. I can't believe I'm fucking saying it.
Go with it.
But yeah, so in that aspect, Style Savvy's better, but I don't know as an overall. Yeah, actually, you know what? I think it maybe as an overall package, Style Savvy's better.
Okay, all right. I'm okay with that. Honestly, really, fine with me. We want to put it at number 156.
Yep.
All right. So that puts Style Savvy Fashion Forward at number 156 on the list. Surrounding it, number 154, Bulletstorm. Number 155, Nintendo Land. Number 157, Asura's Wrath. And number 158, Skull Monkeys. So Bulletstorm and Skull Monkeys also were, those were Game Club games. Mm-hmm. So there's entire episodes about us talking about those games too. So if you want to hear that, just look at our page, and I'm sure you can find them. We have whole playlists of all the Game Club games that we played, so check those out if you're interested. So that's pretty much it for the podcast. Before we go, though, there's a couple things that we can still want to go over real quick, including, if you enjoyed the Jump Up Supercast Game Club, you can check us out on your favorite podcast listening service, including SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. New episodes of the Game Club go up every other Thursday, as well as the regular episodes. They go up every single Monday, where we just talk about the news and everything that's going on in games, and we add a game to the list. So give us a follow, a like, or a share, and feel free to let us know what you thought about Style Savvy's Fashion Forward, if you've ever played it, or if you're interested in playing it now, in the comments below. And if you really like what we do and you want to support us even more, besides just listening to the episodes, we do have a Patreon, where for $1 a month, you get a chance to choose one of our Game Club games every round. Just like this game was chosen by one of our Patreon supporters. So if you say, hey man, I would really like these assholes to play this game, you can do it by just supporting us for $1 a month. And you can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and just to stay up to date with everything Jump Up Supercast related. We post when episodes are up, or when we're going live on twitch.tv/Jump Up Supercast, where we play a bunch of games. Sometimes I play the Game Club games. We're playing a lot of Divinity. We're playing Among Us, Fall Guys. Muzzy's going to be
Mario.
Muzzy's going to be streaming
the Mario stream.
Mario games. So we got a lot going on. So follow us on twitch.tv/Jump Up Supercast. Hang out. It'll be fun. Before we go though, Noah, now it's your turn. We come back around. So on you. So what game are you going to choose for us to play next?
Well, get ready to travel back to Noah's childhood, because we're playing Lucky Luke for the PlayStation 1.
Okay. God. All right, so we're going to be playing Lucky Luke for PlayStation 1. Big surprise, PS1 game.
Noah's childhood strikes again.
God. All right, so we'll talk about that in 2 weeks. So join us then. As always, I want to thank Ills and Noah for playing games with me, and even more importantly, I want to thank everybody out there for listening. Go out there, play some video games, be all you can be in terms of fashion. Just live it up. Maybe get a new outfit. Maybe it'll make you feel like a brand new person, and be nice.